Yo, it's your boy Jenna. In today's video, we're going to talk about anime movie, and that is called Your Name. Now, Crunchyroll decided to add this movie on their list. Now, why was it removed in the first place? Who knows? But it seems like everyone that I know really loved this movie. Now, why does everyone love it so much? Well, I would say it is like the most beautiful visuals that anime movie can have. Like, just looking at it is just so, it's just so beautiful, and the visuals in the anime, it is just really great, guys. And I could see why people really love this anime movie. It probably is the best like anime movie, and it came out in 2016 and it still looks amazing. So yeah, with the visuals being all amazing, what is this story of? So yeah, what is this movie all about? Well, it's basically these two random strangers, Mitsuwa, a girl who lives in this small town, and Taki, who lives in this huge Tokyo, like he lives in a big city, Tokyo, and one day they woke up in each other's bodies. Now they don't know each other, and at first they think like it's a dream that they're on, and they have to live their days of their lives. Now, a gender bender story. That's right. Now there has been so many gender bender stories out there. Like you can name any show and they have done some kind of like body switching story. So yeah, it is not an original thing. Like I have seen like this kind of story so many times, but there is like a little twist here to make this story a little different. Now, I don't want to like spoil too much of it, but basically something huge happens that you have to like stop it from preventing it. It's basically the best, easiest way to happen. But overall, you get to see Mitsuwa, aka Taki, be in a girl's body, which is always funny. And he's a kind of a pervert too. He does things that, I'm sure every guy wishes that they could do once they're in a girl's body. And yeah, Mitsuwa, she's like a girl. She does like ritual dances, and they look very cool. But she gets kind of make fun of because not only because of the dances she does, but her dad is the mayor of this small town, and he could be like a stuck-up dad, and you can just see it. So yeah, Arrow kind of makes fun of her for being like a mayor's dad and doing this ritual dance, and she does these cool like she's pretty good at sewing too, and we can just tell she doesn't really like this small town and she wants to live in a big city. And then Taki, he's just like a normal high school kid. He's like skips school sometimes, or he just comes in late. We see that he's like a really good drawer too, and he has like his very stressed out job where he works in a restaurant where he's like a waiter. And yeah, he doesn't like being like messed with, so he will fight, but he will not win those fights. So yeah, so whenever they're in each other's bodies, they try to set these, like they realize that they're in our dreams, right? So they try to talk to each other and tell them to what not to do with their bodies. They put like rules, and yeah, they're not gonna listen to these rules, and they kind of do what they want. They get on each other's nerves, and they basically embarrass each other, and yeah, they start to like really like each other and fall in love with each other is what happens here. And yeah, I think that's all about the story I can explain. Most of it is probably in the spoiler section, so if you want to listen to that, here it is. So spoiler warning, guys. So what is this big twist I was talking about? Well, there's this comment that we know that happens. It shows in the beginning, and a part of the comment falls down like to earth, and it actually lands somewhere, and we find out that it actually lands in Mitsuwa's village, and we find out that her whole village has died from this meteor crash. So yeah, huge twist there. And yeah, we find out that Mitsuwa has been dead, and this happened like 3 years ago for Taki, and like he was, and whenever like they're body switching, right? So there's one day where he just stopped. So he decides to he tries his best to like find his village, and it took him a while, but he finds it and he finds out that it was the village that got destroyed, and like he can't believe it. No one could believe it. I didn't see it coming. And then he goes to the city, or he goes to this small town. He finds out it was like kind of all damaged up, and he remembers like grandma told him, like the grandma of Mitsuwa told him like a story, and he drinks this very weird sake drink, and he actually traded places once again with Mitsuwa, and this time he tried to like warn everybody about the meteor, but who is gonna believe like a little high school girl about this meteor? Like they're gonna think it's a prank. So he thinks of a plot where he's just gonna blow up a power outage, and he's gonna say it's like a fire war, or it's gonna be like a, yeah, he was trying to do like a, he was gonna say it was a forest fire. So yeah, kind of a crazy story, and he actually blows up the power outage, and it was kind of crazy that they blew up this place. But I mean, he had to do something to get these people out of this like town so they can live. Eventually, he does. Eventually, this all happens, and they actually, Mitsuwa and Taki, they have like a cool moment where they get to see each other, and unfortunately, they're gonna get their memories erased, and they try to get their names before they do, but it was too late. And yeah, so the meteor happens, but luckily no one dies this time. But there were some injuries, but they were okay. So they actually fast forward like 8 years later after the comet has happened, and we see Taki all grown up. He's wearing like a suit. He's trying to find a job, but in all of his life, he seemed like he was trying to find someone or something. And we later find what he was looking for, and that was Mitsuwa. So yeah, they coincidentally see each other in a train station, in an opposite train station. So then once they see each other, they just had a feeling that they know each other. So they try to chase after each other, and once they do, at first they see each other at the stairs, and they don't really say anything, so they just walk past through each other. But then Taki, he decides like, he's like, don't I know you from somewhere? And then they started crying, and then they asked for their names, and that is when like the movie ends. So yeah, very cute story. Now the genderbender thing is like something we've seen, but the meteor thing kind of makes the thing more unique. And let's talk about just one or two plot holes here, and that is like, so this meteor's supposed to happen, but how do you not know whenever you're in this girl's body? Like, how do you not know the year of it? Because they do have phones, and last time I checked, is phones have the year on it. So I guess that's the one weird plot hole here, is how do you not know the year? And this comment thing, it would have been all over like the news, so you would have known like this town's name at least, or I think you would if you're like Taki, or he was just so busy with work he just didn't care about it. And then also Mitsuwa, she actually like time travels here too. So there's time travel here, and it's kind of crazy here. But hey man, I maybe this is just me being nitpicky, but yeah, Mitsuwa time travels. So this happens like 3 years ago. So she meets Taki like before she even meets him, or some kind of weird thing like that. But he doesn't know who she is. So to him, he thought it was like a crazy girl, or I don't know how that works. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but it was for the story. Maybe that's just being me nitpicky. And yeah, guys, that's probably that one weird thing, is how do you not know the year. But yeah, guys, have you seen this movie? I think you think it's worth a shot, or I think you should just see it at least once, because the visuals of it, like I said before, it is just the most beautiful animated thing ever I have ever seen. And just from that, you can just appreciate like anime, and just from what it was. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Peace.